can hear me, let me know. If I'm live, all the things. Fun stuff. Let me adjust the camera. Can you hear the doggo? That's kind of important, I guess. I can hear myself. Hold up. All right, so I guess that answers that question. Is it an actual whisper, Austin? Oh, dog appeared. Hello, Chris. Good to see you again. We went live exactly at 1. I was hoping to go live a little earlier than 1, but this is what happens. Cool. We'll give everybody a few minutes before we get started. So, I am a captive audience. If you have any questions or anything, let me know. Yeah, let me see if I can get the YouTube chat at least on this window. Browser. Add existing YouTube. There we go. Oh, yeah. Remove that. Oh. Gotta love the wonders of technology, everybody. Give me a second to adjust. There we go. Okay, I think we're good there. When will we get GTA 6? Great question. I obviously have the insight. I have a cousin that works at Rockstar. And they said good things come to those who wait. And if you're a wrestling fan, you hear that quite a lot and don't believe anybody. So I have no idea. Hello, Ash. Hello, Sir James. Hello, Waxy. I don't know if I pronounced that right. Maybe if I didn't. Probably didn't. To answer the question that was implied about GTA, one could care less. One could care more. I am in the care less category. 2083 is pretty far away, but doable. I think it'd come out by then. Though arguably it'd be taken over by another company at that point, I would think, right? LOL Scream Punk then? Great question. We're hoping to have some sort of playtest material by sometime this year. Hopefully like August, maybe a little earlier, maybe a little later. I don't give far dates, but I can definitely tell you we want to have something out by this year. So hopefully I'm aiming for fall. Charles makes apparently opinions that he's like, oh, we could have it out by June. And I'm like, how dare you assume that? How dare he? All right. Oh, no. How many people we got watching right now? I got 11 people. Not too bad. Doing okay. Give a few more minutes and then we shall begin. Let's go indeed, Paradise. Mr. Paradise, sorry. Dr. Paradise. Gotta remember surnames. Okay. Everyone having a good Monday? I'm doing pretty decent. Almost forgot about the stream. In the sense of like, oh yeah, I should probably start getting ready, and then was running late on that. But we're good now. Why would you even think we're not okay? Why would you even assume that? Okay. Start at 1:05 my time, so I have a few more questions. Yay news, not olds. Indeed. Though olds would be fascinating. I would actually like to see olds. I think that could be interesting. Okay. Olds would be quite interesting. All right. Wish I had like a little mini game I could do. I have so much dice here for when I inevitably play games, but when will that happen? I don't know. What are the chances that screampunk is one of the words in connections in the New York Times this week? I'm not gonna lie. If scream and punk are two separate, there is going to be a part of me that is always going to think that is the case. Man, I look so much more tired than I actually am. The lighting on this is terrible. It's because it's overlit. Man, project for our work hit a snag. Hope you're all doing well. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Buckles. Moz. Same thing, right? A little dice for all these solo RPGs. Yeah. Well, we're actually going to be talking about quite a fair bit of solo RPGs. Yeah, if, again, Sir James, if Charles becomes an answer, I'm convinced. If Scream and or Punk is an answer, I have to find a way to look up who is doing those particular puzzles, because there's no way that's a coincidence. For those of you who don't know, if you play New York Times Connections, I made a joke where one of the answers, one of the things was, let's see if we can auto, is wit. I don't know if you can see it. You might not be able to see it. One of it was wit, which I thought was really funny. Oh yeah, look, we're famous now. And then, just a few days ago, or maybe yesterday, a few days ago, Frank was an answer. So who knows? At this point, who knows? I'm no conspiracy theorist. Yeah, amen. Morning, swords and stones. All right, I think that's about time. Let's get started. To the design view. There it is. Oh, hold on. You guys are seeing too much of the sidebar. There we go. All right. You can see my little dog in the back, chewing on a bone, having too much fun. All right. So let's talk about GaryCon was this past weekend. Did I go? No. I don't have that kind of money. Why would you think I have that kind of money? GaryCon is, long story short, Gen Con started at Lake Geneva, thus the Gen, and was kind of put on by Gary Gygax. Eventually, some people took advantage. Oh, by the way, in case we'll go back here really quickly, you can see at the bottom, we have a goal to go for another hour of $25. So if anyone gives in money towards that, we'll go for another hour. Goal will be present the whole time, so just feel how you feel, people. Anyway, so it used to be Gen Con. Gen Con eventually got bought by, can you guess? That's right, Wizards of the Coast. Wizards of the Coast bought it, and then Wizards got bought by Hasbro, but the guy who owned Wizards basically kept Gen Con and made it to what it is today. It's now at Indianapolis. It does all the things. So then GaryCon, started by Luke Gygax to honor his father, was made. So this is more of an old school kind of convention. Like, they play a lot of old school D&D. Now, what's interesting is there was a few different, got like Ed Greenwood, a few other things like that. They had some people from Wizards of the Coast. So, hey everybody, welcome to the top of the hour where we talk about D&D news because it is important. They announced that they would be talking about stuff at Gen Con. The whole Champions. Hello, Travis. All good. They're talking about the Champions season or whatever they're calling it, and they'll announce more of that at Gen Con. And then going forward, Wizards of the Coast will make a talking about their full next year cycle always at Gen Con. So we were always complaining, right? Or at least I was, that they were being really aloof these last few months to year. Probably because they lost a lot of their team. They just left. And so now we're getting a little more consistency. They're going back to the old style of announcing things at Gen Con rather than putting on their own events. So we shall see how that goes. But yeah, GaryCon happened. Some interesting panels over on YouTube if you want to take a look. Heard WotC finally broke down and changed to 5.5. Indeed, we talked about that 2 weeks ago. Last time we did the RPG news. They are now officially 5.5. Yeah, so that's it. GaryCon, if you want to be an old school gamer, go to that for next year. It's a little late to go this year because it just happened. All right, let's move on to the next thing. GURPS, 4th edition by Steve Jackson and a bunch of other people, is now happening for sure for realsies. We promise. It's definitely a thing. They're going to be doing it. Hopefully it's going to come out soon. I think it's been promised for the last few years, but I think they've finally are saying, yes, you can do GURPS 4th edition as it is. So that's a little bit of news that people wanted me to talk about. And so we're talking about that. All right. You're wondering why I'm bringing up Ghostfire Gaming, specifically this episode. Top 10 selling TTRPGs of 2025. So at GammaCon, or Gamma Expo, there was apparently a panel done by, let me see if I can get the name right, ICV2, which is a website that tried to put the top 10 selling games of 2025. That would be funny if it was called 5.24 instead of 5.5. I think that's what a lot of people were jokingly calling it. And it kind of is still like that. Anyway, so they did a top 10 best-selling games. Now, according to the Ghostfire podcast, they said, oh, we found a screenshot of it. I could not find this screenshot, which is why I'm showing you this episode. So you can watch it and listen to it. But we can get the rundown. So I'm actually going to make use of this poll. What is the second most sold TTRPG? Because if you want to guess, Dagger Heart, Draw Steel, add another option, Cosmere, and Pathfinder. We're going to start the poll and we're going to see how everyone fares. Only can visit Wisconsin for cheese. That's fair. So the race is for GURPS, Elder Scrolls 6, and GTA 6. Yeah, that's funny. And Half-Life 3, indeed. All right. So we got about 60% for Cosmere. Some people are saying Pathfinder. Number one, obviously, to no surprises, D&D. Caveat asterisk to all these results. These are based off of distributor and retail sales. So I don't think this includes digital sales. I don't believe it includes online stores like Amazon. This includes predominantly the game from the book, dude. Thanks. This includes predominantly brick and mortar stores, right? The goal of Hasbro is to take D&D into a virtual direction. D&D Bound will feature heavily in this transition. The game is not what it used to be, and they are I can't pronounce that word right now. I'm too tired. They're abstracting tabletop players for profit. Some of us have a leg up on this poll, LOL. Someone has watched the video then, I'm assuming, if you have done your due diligence like me. But basically the idea is what is being sold. And so I'm going to give you guys another few seconds. Wasn't sure how the whole Kickstarter with the Cosmere would have factored in. It's not, I don't think they're counting Kickstarter stuff. This is specifically that was sold in 2025 brick and mortar stores. We'll go from 10 all the way up to 2. Okay. Number 10 is Morkborg, which is very surprising. I don't know if that includes all the Borgs, Pirate Borg, Cyberborg, all that stuff, but Morkborg is number 10. Number 9, Cyberpunk Red, which is, I'm surprised that Cyberpunk is still selling. Fancy way to say maybe not. But I'm surprised Cyberpunk Red is still selling well. Like, it's Cyberpunk. Like, who would have thought? Like, it's not like the video game released anything new, so that's surprising. Alien RPG is number 8, which is super surprising. The Alien RPG is like in the top 10 according to this metric. Vampire the Masquerade, I'm not surprised by that one. All right, we're going to start getting into it. All right, so I'm going to end the poll. Everyone is saying Cosmere won with 45%, followed by Pathfinder, Daggerheart. No one voted for Draw Steel. You were all correct. Draw Steel didn't even make the top 10, which is not surprising. They have been doing a terrible job of marketing that game. Number 6 is Pathfinder, which is crazy that it's number 6. Now, it's not too crazy considering they give the rules away for free online, so I'm not too surprised. But that is a little surprising in my regard. Number 5 is one of the other options, Daggerheart. Which, hey, not too bad. I would have thought they would have done way better considering they keep selling out of the dang thing. But number 5 for Daggerheart. Number 4, this is where it gets weird into how they break down what are games. The Crooked Moon supplement made by all those, I can't believe I'm forgetting their name, Legends of Evantris people. That's doing really well. Number 3 is Starfinder, which shouldn't be too surprising. It just came out last year, so of course it's going to sell pretty well. Probably go down next year. And number 2 is indeed the Cosmere RPG. So I don't know if Kickstarter factors into that or not, to Chris's point. But the fact is, they're still doing pretty good, which is crazy to me. Wanted to get Crooked Moon. Yeah, I do not care for supplements, especially for a game I don't play anymore. But that's just a me. All right. So now we're going to start talking about games and stuff. Why is the image not loading? So someone brought up the fact of talking about solo RPGs. First solo RPG we're going to talk about is Fallout is pre-ordering right now for a solo version of their TTRPG. It uses the Modifius 2D20 system. Is there also any... So again, I could not find the specific slide or panel they referenced in Ghostfire Gaming. I couldn't find it. So I don't know what additional information there is. I don't know what if they gave numbers and sales numbers like that. Like, how big of a gap is the Cosmere RPG to D&D? I don't know how close some of these numbers are. Unfortunately, I wish I knew a little bit more. Yeah, Travis, great point. What happens if you add Pathfinder and Starfinder together? Don't know. Don't know. I don't know. Because, again, they also split up Crooked Moon, which is not its own RPG. So it's a really weird top 10 list. But, yeah. So I like the Fallout game. So I might actually look into getting this because this might be the most I get to play an RPG. We'll see. But, yeah. For those of you who are interested, we got the Fallout Wasteland Wanderer solo RPG game. Let's see if I think it's meant to be more like Fallout 76 to some extent. So let's see. Does it include your own rules? Solo role-playing game contains a complete standalone set of rules adapted from the role-playing game to play original Fallout stories with characters of your own creation. 256 pages. You create a vault dweller specifically, which obviously I'm assuming, and you designed their own original vault. That's interesting. Yeah, seems like a cool, interesting product. All right, let's get into it. There is so many crowdfunds. Good grief. Like, I have a good 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 propped up right now, and I could easily get a few more. So we're going to be going through a lot of RPGs. If there's one in particular you want me to take a look at, let me know. We can get to it later. But first off, 7th Sea 3rd edition has been announced and has been going for a few days now. They've already met their funding goal by quite a lot. Yeah, 55 might be a little bit much, unfortunately. I did indeed pledge for this, so you're going to see which ones I like and which ones I don't. All right. So yeah, we got the 7th Sea 3rd edition. So if you've ever been interested in 7th Sea, now's a good time to get into it. I don't know how many of the rules are going to change. I personally think if you're doing a new edition, you're going to change the rules a little, like at least significant enough to justify buying a new book. I would have to assume 7th Sea 3rd edition is going to do something like that rather than just being a new printing. You're not a nameless adventurer. You're the main character. This is a big part of 7th Sea, is that they want your characters to feel empowered and heroic. That's a really big, important thing. Character is a hero, right? They take risks when everyone else hesitates. All right. It's built on a system designed to serve pacing and staging. The keywords are heroic and cinematic. The system is easy to use. Yeah. Okay. Based on 2 colors of D10s. 1 color of your action dice, what you accomplish, and another for your wound dice, what you suffer, and the consequences that build up. Designed to encourage risk-taking success with style and interesting consequences. All of it is developed with the community. The system is in playtest. Phase 3 will be open to backers if you want to do that. To reach a final version that brings unbridled action and panache-filled feats to the table. Wolfenstein TTRPG. I have not looked into that. Did not know they made one. Wouldn't be surprised. Customize your adventures with paths. Paths help you adjust the feel of your adventures and, if needed, tweak certain rules. This sounds very similar to Daggerheart's campaign frames of like just kind of like the vibe of the session. This sounds like something you would do in session 0, and it would give you additional mechanics. Being the main character gives me World of Warcraft flashbacks to every NPC calling me champion. That's funny. I never played World of Warcraft. I tried to. At that point, it was already too much, so I did not get into it. You can download the free preview if you wish. You're going to get the core rulebook, Secrets of the Seven Seas, a Game Master's Guide, starter set if you wish. It's great for newcomers, which shouldn't be surprising. The old wedge of theater kids and gamers. A little bit, yeah. That is kind of what we're seeing happen a lot more, is games diverging on the narrative and game path, aka theater kids versus engineering kids, I guess. And then they're trying to get the people who've played this game before to buy this game. Let me see if there's anything interesting. It's all in British pounds for some reason. Don't know why. The paths are like magic, court intrigue, etc. Makes sense. Oh, that starter set looks pretty. Not sure I'll play it. It does look pretty. I don't know if the skull's included. Probably not. But maybe it is. Maybe it is. I imagine Wolfenstein RPG as an Cthulhu Cthulhu without Cthulhu. Maybe. That's actually a fair point. Especially considering I think they made Cthulhu. Yeah. So you got your different pledges. I think all I did was get the core book and a GM screen. I like my GM screens for quick references. If you have a lot of money, you can get this one where it gives you all the dang dice in the world. Here's the collector starter, a luxurious edition, and whatever it's called. Yeah. So it seems interesting. We'll see how this goes ultimately. I don't think it's too bad. It's definitely already getting funded, and it's still got plenty of time. It's probably not going to hit $1 million, but maybe $500,000. And if that hits $500,000, good for it. Good for job for 7th Sea, and what's the company that's technically doing this? Agate, AG, Aggle, Algae. I don't know. All right, public access. I also pledged money for public access. Are they a British studio? I'm assuming so. Which is funny because like John Wick, the creator of 7th Sea, is not British. All right. Ooh, tiny dungeon D&D in a tin can. Interesting. All right, public access. If you have played Brindlewood Bay, this is the same group. This used to be available for pay what you want on DriveThruRPG, and so I've technically already had this, but from what I've heard, they're going to be updating the rules from the pay what you want to this version. It seems like the pay what you want was definitely more of a beta, if you can think of it like that. So public access is a mystery game where players take through the strange and uncanny valley of Deep Lake, New Mexico. Players take on the roles of various curious adults who revisit their rural hometown and who are thrust into a series of increasingly weird and dangerous mysteries as they search for answers to an urban legend from their childhood. What happened to Odyssey TV? That's it. I have a bad habit of getting all the fun physical add-ons, fully forgetting that I rarely get to play in person. I like to play in person, so that's why I like to get the GM screen. So this is using a very similar mechanics to Brindlewood Bay, where you're gathering clues, and then at some point you can, once you have enough clues, you as a player can say what you think the answer to the mystery is, and you roll to see if you succeed. It's using Powered by the Apocalypse 2d6 with the levels of success, right? 7 to 9 you succeed, but a complication. 10 or higher you definitely succeed. 12 or higher you usually get something additional. So what this does is you have like a single mystery that you're trying to solve, and there's an overarching mystery of what happened to Odyssey TV. It's very good for coming up with things on the fly. They give you this like page. Let me see if they give an example of one of the sheets. I don't think they do. but like, the here. Let me see if I can actually. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna actually get a Brundlewood character sheet really quick. I apologize for that. My dog doesn't like it when people show up. All right. Brundlewood Bay. No, buddy, come here. Thank you. I think it's under horror, right? No. I will find this, I promise. Oh, that's right. I put it under Powered by the Apocalypse. Here we go. All right, so you will get a sheet like this. Sorry, not a sheet like this. There we go. Nope. Here we go. It's like double-sided sheets. You have a bunch of clues that you can list off as people are doing things. And then they can get void clues that feed into the larger mystery in Brundlewood Bay, right? So it's very similar in that regard that you're doing that. Yes, the pupper is pupping. I'm sorry if anyone's ears got blown out. I am sorry. He's a loud doggo. It seems interesting. I really liked Brundlewood Bay. Here are a bunch of old ladies solving murder mysteries. Here, it's much darker. There's an interesting mechanic of when it's nighttime. You ask before someone makes a roll, what do you fear will happen to you? And if they fail, that's what happens to them. And in some cases, something worse can happen to them. And death is pretty common, but you have ways of mitigating death, at least until you don't. So it's a lot of interesting stuff. Super fun. Love the aesthetic of it. Obviously, I'm backing it, so no one should be surprised. All right, Austin, enjoy your workout, bud. Yeah, highly recommend it if you're interested in any of that stuff. Next thing. Beyond the Woods. Many people have asked about this. So, Beyond the Woods is a world of ancient myth and legend in this Irish-inspired campaign setting. They had one for 5th edition, and now they're doing one for Legend in the Mist. So, this seems very interesting. Many people wanted me to talk about it. The leaves have begun to fall. The golden oak is dying. I can't read that. The something watches from the darkness, waiting for the light to fade, growing closer each day. We must leave. We must journey into the shadowed lands of the River. We must discover what lies beyond the woods. Yeah, so it's just a campaign setting for Legend in the Mist, which, if you're anything like me, you definitely saw this ad and were like, oh, this is just a supplement book for Son of Oak Games, but it's not. It's a completely different company. Inspired by Irish fantasy, a bunch of new themed kits, 4 new ways of magic, hex crawl exploration, ooh, building bastions, bunch of things you can encounter, adventures, language guides, stuff like that. So it seems interesting from just this standpoint. Let's see if we can get to how much it's costing. Here we go. There's a digital pledge of £38. Oof. But you're getting Wanderer's Handbook, Lorekeeper's Guide, Beyond the Woods narrator screen. Digitally? Interesting. Okay. Map. Sticker sheets. Again, digitally? Have I played Legends of the Mist yet? I have not. I have played City of Mist, or at least I've run it, and I really like City of Mist. I'm sure Legend of the Mist is very similar, but fantasy themed in that regard. It's definitely more on the narrative side, which can be hard for some people. It was difficult for our group to wrap our heads around. Like, what do you do? It's like, you just tell me. It's like, okay, well, how do I use my power? Well, describe using your power. It's like, huh? It could take some time. This is interesting. Only £10 more for the physical handbook. Huh. So a lot of the money is going into the PDF, which is interesting. Step into the Mist is $60, and it looks like it's literally just all PDF stuff. You can get for $95 the two physical books. For $125, you start to get the slipcase and a few other things, stuff like that. How much is the narrator screen? I'm assuming that's something you can get. I love mumble representing oh yes, unpronounceable fantasy words. We've entered into the unknown. We've entered into the unknown. Myself, Skibbity Boop, and Carl. Yes, indeed. That is kind of how I do things I can't pronounce right. The cloth map of Ternoskoth. I'm assuming is how you would pronounce that. I am not Irish. Well, I am. I guess I have Irish lineage, but I don't know how to pronounce things in Irish. So I don't know. All right. Yeah. So this is what we got. It seems interesting. I don't. Fully transparent here. I don't like. I don't usually purchase settings just because, I'd rather just make my own world for an RPG rather than buy someone else's. But there are the occasional exceptions. But most of the time, I don't even run when I do buy them. So that's not anything against this. This seems interesting, and I think if we go to their previous product, how well did that do for 5th edition? Let's see. That one did over 2,000 pounds. This one, it looks like it's already at almost there, and it's got 3 days left to go. So it's doing about as good as it did last time. So good job for them. Super happy about that. Ascendant Blades. Ash, if you are in the chat, I hope you're still here or not. Is this the one you wanted me to talk about? If it is, we will come back to it. But Ascendant Blades RPG, is this the one you were talking about? Because there's a lot of different things called Ascendant Blades. Let me know if it is or not. All right, we're going to go to Backer Kit. It's not lasting much longer, but Ion Heart is a lo-fi mech RPG. They finally have a multiplayer version of it rather than just a solo version. You can get some really fun stuff. Ironheart is multiplayer, is an easy-to-learn, cozy TTRPG where you decide your own path, help mechs navigate post-life war, and overcome obstacles with an open heart or a closed fit as needed. What's interesting about Ironheart is it very much seems like, it seems like what happens after Lancer. Like, all right, now you're going home and trying to recover from war. Seems interesting. Part of what put this on my radar was, I'm going to see if they have, do they not shout out the, oh wow, that's unfortunate. Part of this, what put this on the radar is Cozy RPG reviews. He did a little look at it, friend of the channel, Cozy RPG reviews. And I can say that because we're friends, I think. Am I going to talk about Crows? Probably not, because like you said, it is just announced and still in the playtesting phase. But yes, MCDM is announcing its new game, or has announced its new game, Crows, which is definitely more of an, they don't say it's OSR, but it's an OSR style game for sure. Okay, Ash, cool. That is it. We'll go to it in just a second. Yes, the art in Ion is super like distinct, but I love it. I love it. So go give them a look-see. Looks like you can still, it's launching in 18 hours, so it's launching tomorrow. I've learned this. A lot of Kickstarters and crowdfundings like to go on Tuesday for some reason. I'm assuming there has to be a good reason for that. But like, is it one of those things where everyone launches on Tuesdays because everyone launches on Tuesdays? I don't know. But yeah, this is the game. Seems interesting. That's it. Let's go back to Ascendant Blades. So Ash wanted me to talk about this one. Awusha, I'm assuming is how you pronounce that. RPG, where the world remembers your choices. I would hope all RPGs, or at least tabletop RPGs, has a world that remembers my choices. But hey, that's just me. Okay, so they're looking for a very modest goal, and they got it. But let's keep looking at it. Let's see if we can, use of AI, we're going to skip to that one immediately. AI is used only as a writing and editing aid during the Kickstarter campaign process, specifically to help with structured content, grammatical spelling, and clarity when preparing the Kickstarter story. Interesting. I mean, I do appreciate them being honest about that. I wonder if people see use of AI and they're going to be immediately turned off. We shall see. Let us go all the way back to the top. That was weird that was like the first thing that popped up, but it's all the way down here. Anyway. All right, let's look. The story behind this game. Heaven does not judge. It remembers. Golly, that's that's so funny. The Fate Engine Wuxia role-playing game. Is it using Fate Core? Or I guess just the Fate Engine? Interesting. Let's see if we can figure it out. Woot woot. Indeed. Most RPGs ask you to defeat a villain, clear a dungeon, or reach the next level. It's asked something else. What will remain after your name is gone? No game master guiding the story. There is only heaven. A living fate engine that watches over what you do and what you don't. In my day, everything was released on Tuesday and we liked it. I was just asking a question, Chris. A living system, not just a rule book. Ascendant Blades is a complete game engine. The Book of Fate, 30 events, is a living world. So this seems like it's so it is a solo and cooperative. Yeah, so it's GM-less, which is interesting. Not against it. Can I get the Living Fate engine? Let's see. Not really going too much into how the mechanics work. Dude got some interesting art. I'm not seeing yet. Where's like, did I miss the mechanics? Or did they not specify it? They're selling minis. Classic. Everyone sells minis. I remember when that's how you made your money, was selling minis. Did I miss it? Here, we're gonna go ahead and play this. Okay, solo RPG, no game master required. Events expire, sex rise and fall. The world evolves beyond you. Your choices shape history. Your silence shapes fate. Okay, this seems interesting. I wish like I knew a little bit more about like the core gaming system. Like, what are they doing? So it seems like there's an interesting thing called the Fate Engine, but it doesn't really give me too much more. Yeah, I feel like I would just want to know a little bit more about this game before I would back it. So I feel like that's unfortunately just an issue with just how it was presented. Yeah, so seems like an interesting game though. Would love to see it expounded upon a little bit more. All right. Dice First is not in English, but seems interesting. I wanted to look into it. Wish there was an English version that we could look into, but I got some like ads for it. Seems interesting. Wish I could learn more about it because I can't read whatever language this is. Seems really interesting. Wish I knew more. So yeah, that was a quick one, but Dice First is a interesting one. Gobos. Here we go. Let's talk about Gobos. The Goblin Adventures TTRPG. All right, let's talk about it. It's got a week left, but let's talk about it. It's a very silly TTRPG. Gather your friends and set off on an adventure as a group of misfit goblins questing through the fantasy world of Garth, a cartoonish universe universe inhabited by goblins and monsters. Sorry. Yeah, I am still curious if it's the same fate system. It doesn't say, which is unfortunate. Find it weird that they weird when they do that. Here is this game you really want to buy, but we can't tell you about it. Shh, it's a secret. Same Chris, same. So you can download the quick start. I'm noticing more and more. There's a lot of RPGs that are doing this. Here is the quick start guide you can download before you even pay us money. So that's just something you might want to keep in mind if you ever do a crowdfund. All right, let's see. Oh, look at right here. Boom, the rules. One player will be the Goblin Master, shocker, and it is their job to read the book, understand the rules, and then guide the players through their adventures. I mean, I would like everyone to understand the rules, not just the GM, but all right. The other players will each create their own goblin character who will explore the world as described by the GM. As with most TTRPGs, the GM will call for ability rolls when they need it. Cool. Before you stands a door made of cheap and flimsy wood. My goblin smashes the door. Make a brawl roll. Player rolls Checks bronze, it's a 5. Player rolls 5 dice and counts the numbers of grrr. Is that a 6? Is that a 6? I'm assuming that's a 6. The players, I don't think, are called anything special, unfortunately. I think they're just goblins. But you were the goblin master. So this is a dice pool system. It's looking for a number of successes. If you have at least one success, you're good. And then they have tiers of success after that. If they get 4+ goblins, they go goblin mode and unlocking a class ability and superpower with their upcoming. Okay. This game is super simple, but it knows what it is, and I love it for that. Come on, you get to go goblin mode. Everyone's gonna want to go goblin mode. That's great. You can be an alchemist, an apostle, a baker, beekeeper, bandit, berserker, doodler, gambler, mystic, seer, sharpshooter, warlock. One of these things is not like the other. It's baker. Yeah, this seems like a very fun game. How much? It's got another week, right? Oh, and it gives it. Yeah, let's find out how much the things are costing. Digital tier, 20 euros, 19 euros. There's a little asterisk, hard to say. Core rulebook, magic, class and lineage cards, color printed character sheets. So I'm assuming that, yeah, physical tier for 35. Wow, that's a great. And you're getting dice. Man, that actually seems like a steal. That looks great. And then they have a merchant tier for selling their game. That's really good. I might buy this. They've convinced me. They're looking for, let's see, what do they need to get to 25? What are they at? 22? I think they could get there. I think they could get a second A2 map of Garth. By the way, I believe that is how you are to pronounce it. It's not Garth, it's Garth. Modular pack of famous NPCs to use in your game. That's awesome. That's already included. You get pencils, because why not? A modular pack of shops and businesses to use in the game. That's cool. All right, they've earned my money. I'm probably gonna back this project. Oh yeah, here's your awesome Titanic throw for the Berserker. After a roll, stack your wait. Every class is unique and comes with a special class ability. Here are a few examples of how they can change your fate. Okay, hold on. We have to look into this. 47 USD. Thank you, Travis, for the conversion. I still think under $50 for 2 books, a bunch of physical stuff, character sheets, and dice is not bad. It's not. Considering other games, it'd be like $65 for like half of that. So that's not bad at all. All right, let's look at this. Class abilities. Okay. Everyone has a unique class ability. After the Berserker's Titanic throw, after a roll, stack your dice in a tower. Throw another dice to change the result. This game seems fun. You stack your dice and then throw. Oh, it does ship from Europe. Yeah, so it's probably going to be a little bit more expensive on the shipping side, but I don't know. This seems fun. When it is fulfilled, I want to run a game on the Discord. I'm grabbing the physical dice as well. This seems super fun. After a roll, shield your result from the GM. This is a smoke bomb. Interesting. Tell the truth or lie. The GM can call your bluff. Get a bonus if they are wrong. That's actually super interesting. Okay. The sharpshooter bullseye is a feature. Throw dice to other players. Get a bonus if they can catch it. That's really cool. Okay. This game knows what it is, and I appreciate it. And you can be different kinds of goblins. That's cool. A mech goblin. Goatblin. Okay. Frogblin. Deep goblin. Snob goblin. Interesting. Giblin. Goblin sect. Kobin. That's interesting. A raccoon. Wait. All of these are goblins, and then you could just be a raccoon. This reminds me of Honey Heist so much. Okay. All right. No notes. Goblos. Good job. Hopefully more people are able to back your project in time. Yeah, this seems great. No notes. Fantastic. All right, we got a few more minutes. Let me see. There was a few more I wanted to check out. I think this one was called Runaway. Let's look it up. Oh yeah, probably should TTRPG. That would make more sense. There it is. Oh, tariffs. That's an even more. Yeah. Dang it. Forgot about that. Hopefully that's not a thing when we actually have to pay. Raccoons are goblin enough. That's fair. All right, Rune away. I was close. Let it be known, autocorrect sometimes is mean to me. The journey, tabletop role playing game of self discovery. In Rune Way, you won't become a hero. In this TTRPG, for 3 to 7 players, you celebrate vulnerability, change, transformation, and being sensitive and authentic. Yes, correct, Travis. I don't know how you would physically stack a tower and throw it. That's true. That is true. But maybe I'm sure that, I mean, if they're good, Travis, of having physical versions, maybe they'll actually have a alternate, like if you're playing in Discord or something, there's a way to do it. Interesting. Okay, so this is about character growth. Interesting. Yeah, okay. Yada yada. A milestone is divided into 3 phases. Okay. You gotta tell me anything about the dice mechanic? You get to choose your kind of magic. Oh, is it a tile game where you're getting runes? The runes will tell you whether you have achieved a full success, a success, or... Yeah! Okay, interesting. I wonder if there is a specific amount of each rune. So this is interesting. So it's you're not rolling dice, you're grabbing tiles from a pouch. And that determines how you do. The downside to this game is very obvious. You need the special runes. So I don't know how you play this digitally. Let's find out. English or Italian. Okay. Core book. Yeah, but like you're going to need the runes. 25 resin runes stored in a cloth bag. Yeah, seems interesting. Maybe have another player pick an object in the thrower's room to throw dice at. That's not a bad idea. Or yeah, you like set up a bowl. Okay, seems like an interesting game. I mostly just looked at it because it was on my list. Let's see if I can find Sunfall. That was the other one that I was looking at. Sunfall TTRPG. I think this is it. Yes. An epic mythological journey. Let's see. I don't think this was it, actually. There was one that... Okay. Is that on Kickstarter there, Rom? Let's find out. No, I don't see it there. Let's see if it's on BackerKit. Yeah, if you could tell me where I can find that, I'll look it up. But I know Ash had one that... The Amethyst... Was that it? No, Mythos Rising. That was the one I was looking for. We'll look at Mythos Rising. Boom. Yeah, Romden. If you want to tell me where I can find that game, I will happily look for it. Mythos Rising is a solo RPG, Lovecraftian. Interesting. Okay. The year is 1939, and the threat of war in Europe is growing. Meanwhile, back home in the land of apple pie and ice cream, a different war is already being fought. A war for the very survival of the human race. It did? Okay, I'll look at it in a second. Let's see. The campaign. The campaign is for a self-contained solo TTRPG game with a Lovecraftian cultist theme. Also available is an optional deck of custom game cards. Okay, 44-page book, bespoke deck, build a melee ranged or magic-focused character or be a jack of all trades. Gotcha. You use a deck of playing cards, draw on one card per turn, and check the rulebook to see what happens. Very similar to the one we were just looking at, where it's like not dice per se. Oh, here we go. An example of gameplay. Always love when they do this. Each game turn represents about 15 minutes as you explore the house in the woods. At the start of your turn, turn over the top card from the main deck and check what the card means in the book. Example. If you have drawn the 7 of diamonds, turn to page 27, you will find this is in the study, a location. You now have 3 choices and can pass by, ignoring it for now, enter briefly, or explore. Each of those last 2 choices require you to draw a certain number of cards to see what you will find. At the end of the turn, once they have resolved the actions from the cards, you have a chance to heal, reload weapons, or take a drink to steady your nerves. Then you start a brand new day. Yeah, this seems like an interesting solo thing. $10, 10 pounds, sorry. 15 for print. I mean, yeah, it better be that cheap if it's only 44 pages. Oh, here we go. I was like, where is it? Did this already come out? I think this already came out. Yeah, it did. So I don't know if you can buy it now or not, but seems interesting. All right. All right, let's go. Let's check these last 2 ones that are being brought up. Ah, got it. All right. When society collapsed. All right. An RPG by Luke Humphreys. Damnation. Get it? Get it? Charles, do you get it? All right. It's coming next. Coming spring of this year. Wow. Oh, it's not launched yet. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, so we'll look into it now. It doesn't tell me when it's going to launch, so obviously we can do the whole notify me, but we'll see. Message from Luke. That's fine. I just want to know more about the game. Full campaign book. Pop-up game board. Interesting. A pop-up game board seems fascinating. You may have the skills to take on anything you do, but do you have the endurance to last the journey? Even the greatest adventurers must recuperate as they navigate this world. Spend your days exploring, spending your stamina and your evenings cooking and resting as you make plans for the next day. Okay, so it's like a travel game. Interesting. Okay. I wish I knew a little more. I wish I knew a little more about how this game functioned, but granted, it's not live yet. This is just to entice people. It looks like it's his first game, and you can get some more exclusive, interesting stuff. All right, cool. We'll definitely look at it when it actually goes live. Launching soon does not help me. I would like to know more before we do that. But yeah, seems interesting. And then we had check out Space Gifts. All right, we'll check out Space Gifts really quick. Space Gifts. Space Gifts. Let's see if that pops up. Here, let's try Planet Smasher. Looking for it. We already talked about you. All right, where am I? Where am I missing? Space Gifts. RPG. Yeah, there's an official Cyberpunk trading card game, which I don't know how I feel about that. I'm not seeing it. Are you sure it's on Kickstarter? Paradise. I don't see it. Gits. Ah, there's no F. That would make sense. Yep, there it is. All right, let's look at it. You're a member of a military penal legion sent out to do those jobs no one else wants to do. OSR meets the Cypress engine? I haven't heard of that one. Let's see if it tells us anything. What are the mechanics that fuel this awesome game? Thank you for answering that question. Is it live yet? It's not live yet, it looks like. Oh no, it's already happened? They just posted this on Kickstarter? I'm very confused because it's saying that I can't pledge. That it's already done. But, okay. Well, we'll still look at it and see what happens. Easy to learn, quick way RPG. You will choose a number of origins, select a backgrounds and an abundance. Oh no, sorry, here we go. As you may or may not know, a hugely successful RPG hack. Space Skits will not be much different. In Space Skits, I will be fusing parts of the Cypher's engine with the bits of OSR games and OGL game and other OGL games to make a hybrid. This mechanic will have a cool life path system seen in games like Traveler, easy dice system of OSR games, and the changes made in that game without any levels. Just skill improvements. Okay, it didn't really actually tell me anything, but that's fine. All right. Yeah, I mean, I missed out on the project apparently. Don't know why. It's not sure what happened there, but would have been cool to look into a little bit more. All right. Any last minute things, guys? Any other things you want me to look at? I'm actually going to download Gobos really quick. The quick start guide for Gobos. Let's look at it. Gobos. All right, we're back. Gobos. All right, let's see. Let's go to the classes because I'm super curious. Where would that be? Does it actually give us classes? Here we go. Goblin class. Page 9. Ah, here we go. Interesting. So there's special sheets, and they each have their abilities there. Got it. Okay. But aren't they supposed to have special abilities or something? Right? Let's see. Let's see if we can find that. So they only give us 4 classes and 4 things in the starting. That's fine. You get to roll your identity. Are you flawed, quirky, skilled, sociable, chaotic, virtuous? Gives you some information on running the game. Okay, so they don't give us everything, unfortunately. I kind of wanted to learn a little bit more about the special mechanics, but that's fine. I want to go goblin mode. What's going to happen if I can't go goblin mode? Goblin mode. Goblin mode. Yes, thank you. Let's find out what happens. The player succeeds at their task as per the rules of a critical success. Additionally, they enter goblin mode. Goblin mode. Each class has a special goblin mode ability as noted on their class card when the players leave goblin mode. Oh, okay, so maybe there's a new one that I missed. We'll find out in a second. Okay, so it's saying each one on their class card. Here we go. Here we go. This is it. This is it, everybody. Boon. When you succeed on a roll, give one player plus die on their next roll. Small wonder, virtue, kindness. Let's see. Oh, no, this doesn't say. I don't think this says. This is like, I guess, which class you choose, but it doesn't give us your special little abilities. I was really looking forward to that part. Okay, all good. Seems interesting, like that they give us a quick guide, stuff like that. All right, we'll check one more time. We'll check one more time for what Paradise is talking about. See if it's up here. Ah! Okay, I'm not going to be able to say the full name of this. But here we go. Is this the one you were talking about? Paradise. Okay, let's see. Let's see. This is a minis game. Is this what you're talking about? I could be wrong. Yeah, seems like it's a minis game. Unless there's a different game out here that you're talking about. But seems like a minis rather than a RPG. Nothing wrong with that. Just we like to cover RPGs here. All right. I think that's going to be it for today. Any last minute questions from anybody about anything? Any questions or anything you want to ask? I'm going to look back. I'm going to get to Gobos. We're golly, they do some really cool stuff with Gobos in the sense of it knows what game it wants to be. And I always love when games know what game they want to be. Charles, I think, would really love this game. So, yeah. All right. Any last minute questions? Anything like that? Anything else? Drunk Space works. I get enough of that in 40K. I don't think I need that in anything else. All right. Well, I think we're going to end it there for today. Thank you guys for joining me on this this week. We'll come back next in 2 weeks. Should every game try to make a Batman PC? I don't think so. You don't need to have or Batman always be. Maybe Travis. I don't know. Doesn't tell me if that. I don't feel like you need to always make Batman possible. There's some games where that's not necessary. I don't know if this is like a rule that anyone necessarily follows, but yeah. I don't know what your last part was, Charles, or not Charles, Travis. You can always post in the comments of this when it ends, and then we can answer it that way. But thank you guys as always for watching. I'm gonna end it here. We're gonna end it on Gobos. I think that's fair. I thought y'all would get a good kick out of it with how Goblos. Yeah, it seems interesting, but I like to cover RPGs. That's the only thing with this one. Nothing against asked if you look at stuff on itch. I will maybe later. We can definitely talk about that. I'll post every Sunday before this stream goes live. And yeah, if you have something interesting, we can on itch or whatever it's pronounced. Yeah, we could definitely take a look at it. But until then, thanks guys for watching. Have a good rest of your